Rapido, Fuego review. Just some brief thoughts about the Screen Unseen tonight that went down. The AMC's up there, yes indeed. And so this is one that I was actually predicting to be the case, despite seeing some of the peeps on Reddit proclaiming it was going to be the Deepwater Shark movie. Nope, it was in fact written and directed by the RZA Wu-Tang, and it's called One Spoon Chocolate. And you actually get some context as to what the title means early on in the film when we have our character Randy, also known as Unique. And so he is a guy that's done multiple tours of Afghanistan and then unfortunately came back and got himself in a little bit of trouble trying to defend this wife, one of his neighbors, from an abusive husband, so on and so forth. So spent some time in upstate New York, doesn't have anywhere to go. And so before he makes his way to Karensville, Ohio, yes, you know the reference there that RZA was making. He actually was talking to this older guy in the halfway house who was like, one spoonful of sugar can change an entire glass of milk. So you can probably guess some of the racial, just implications from a statement like that. And I thought it was very insightful, honestly. So when Randy, aka Unique, gets his way to stay with some family in Karensville, Ohio, well, it becomes very clear very quickly that this place is just full of what I can only describe as white supremacist fucking scum. And so, that is what his military background is going to help in trying to combat. But, whereas I was initially thinking that, especially how much I enjoyed the tone of Man with the Iron Fist, which I think is the only thing the RZA directed previously that I happen to see. I know he had a few other credits on the IMDb and whatnot. But I was thinking this was going to be more of like a fun, funky, like blaxploitation, like 70s-ish kind of vibe. And hell to the no, man. This was grim, dark revenge fantasy, not sprinkled with anywhere near as much humor as I was anticipating. And, the time period was a little weird to me because, talking about multiple tours of Afghanistan, it's pretty clear that, it's supposed to be sometime in, I'm guessing, mid-2000s maybe, and yet nobody's using cell phones. They're all using boom boxes. We get needle drops from, Ice Cube and Biggie from the 90s. And so, using Polaroid cameras and stuff. So there was a little bit just time period-wise it was off, but those are minor little nitpicks. I mean, it gets pretty damn violent, and the just carnage from the just racist pieces of shit in this movie is quite unsettling. So RZA really gets the message across, and there is definitely a message made very plain and clear at the very end of this movie. You gotta take some illogical at face value though, but aside from that, it was an interesting watch.